Welcome back to Today. Well, Donald Trump is this morning discussing a range of options to acquire Greenland, despite defiance from Denmark.
For more on this, let's bring in Daniel Bayer, Senior Vice President at the Carnegie Endowment for International Peace in Washington, D.C. Daniel, the US President isn't ruling out military intervention.
Yeah, there seems to be a divide in the administration right now between those who are kind of hinting at possible military intervention and Secretary of State Marco Rubio, who has come out saying that the United States might try to buy Greenland. Either way, it's causing a lot of alarm, not only in Europe, but also from Congress. There's a bipartisan statement out today saying that there's no need for the United States to take over Greenland, and both Republican leaders in the House and Senate have expressed concern or disapproval of the idea.
I was watching an interview yesterday, Daniel, with the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller, on CNN, and he was asking why Denmark even has territorial rights to Greenland. And then he went on to say that, and this is a direct quote, nobody is fighting the United States militarily over Greenland, which I thought was alarming. If the US did decide to take military action, would anyone stop it?
I mean, I think it's unlikely that there are military forces that would oppose the United States substantially. The real question is why it would make sense for the United States to take military action at all, not only because the United States already has the kind of access that it needs to Greenland strategically, economically, and Denmark has been a wonderful partner to the United States for many years, and a model ally in so many ways, and also because of what it would do to damage the United States' relationships within NATO and with our European allies. So yes, I saw those strong words. The question is not what would happen if, but why would the United States do that when there's very little to gain and so much to lose?
To that point, would a US takeover of Greenland spell the end of NATO? Or perhaps, do you think the NATO alliance is factoring in any way into Trump's decision-making regarding this?
I think President Trump has, for a long time, shown both a disregard for the value that NATO brings to the United States. He has seen it largely as a one-way relationship where the United States provides security and others don't pay their share. He's been successful in getting others to burden share more, but NATO has never been a charity project. It's always been a collective security arrangement, an alliance that delivers value to the United States. First and foremost, in many ways. And people should remember that the only time that Article 5 for NATO has been invoked was for the United States, in defense of the United States in the wake of September 11th. The United States has depended on our NATO allies in Afghanistan and Iraq. We have long benefited from this alliance, not only because of the direct military support that it does in amplifying U.S. power, but also because it's been the basis for economic and political alignment in the world, taking on key threats like Russia and China. And one of the things that we've seen just in the last few days is that this talk about Greenland has actually distracted from what should be the first goal of the United States and its allies, which is supporting Ukraine and pushing it back against Russia's war of aggression, and has been a distraction from that effort, which is really important to U.S. long-term security.
Yeah, both Ukraine and Gaza have well and truly been pushed off the map, haven't they? Daniel, how do you see the situation evolving? How do you see it playing out?
Well, I hope that cooler heads will prevail in the sense that I understand that the Trump administration, President Trump himself, has long seen Greenland as a strategic opportunity, as strategically valuable. He's not wrong that it is a strategically positioned piece of land and that it has some natural resources and some military significance, particularly with regard to the Arctic. But we should also look at the fact that we can get all of those benefits for free whilst remaining friends with Denmark and other European allies. We don't have to pay the cost of a military intervention or even the cost of, quote unquote, buying Greenland in order to get the benefits that we need. And we will be stronger positioned as a country if we get those benefits by working with our friends rather than working against them. So that's what I hope is better understood in the days ahead.
You catch more bees with honey, am I right?
I'm not sure that Trump
exactly.
He just does whatever he feels like. So we will watch with interest. Daniel, thank you for your time this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up in your news today, fire crews battle